Hello viewers, MadPat here. Welcome to the first episode of my cargo services series. In this series, I will be focusing on the newest game loop of Star Citizen since patch 3.24, cargo hauling. More specifically, how to make this game loop your bread and butter as a newcomer to the game, or even for those who just want to get into this particular game loop. Considering that hauling profession through missions is fairly low risk, CIG has limited its earning potential, but there are ways to maximize our profits. Therefore, the focus of this series will be primarily maximizing income, and the rep simply will be a secondary byproduct. If you are more interested in the rep grind, I will be mentioning what to do throughout the series, but it will not be our primary focus. So, with our primary focus in mind, I will show you how to take advantage of this fairly chill game loop in order for you to expand your hangar. Like for instance the magnificent Hercules C2 Starlifter, which can currently hold 996 SCU of cargo. With the new ship prices, this will set you back almost 19 million credits, but I am getting ahead of myself, so let me show you how to start earning easy credits in order to be able to afford your own desired ships. But without further ado, let's get started with the cargo hauling missions, what they are, where to find them, and most importantly, which ones to pick. Considering the missions differ depending on your location, I will be using Port Tressler above Microtech as my base of operations for the majority of the series. Once you are here, press F1 or F2 to enter your mobiGlas and look for the Contracts tab here at the bottom. On the left, you will find all the types of missions that are available to you. Obviously, we are interested in the hauling section, so click to expand. Don't be surprised if this section looks different on your end. It just means that you are at a different stage of the reputation compared to me. In any case, assuming that you haven't done any hauling at all, the only missions available to you will be the one with the rookie rank. And since unfortunately CIG has not yet implemented any filter options, we have to make do with what we got. First and foremost, we have to understand that these missions have further categories we need to be aware of. For example, this direct planetary medium cargo haul mission. Direct planetary means that either the pickup or the delivery location are going to be on the surface of a planet and or a moon. This can also happen. So don't just assume that planetary means only on the surface of the planet. In this particular example, the collection point is the new Babbage International Spaceport, and we would have to deliver to Port Tressler, which is just above it. The second thing we want to be aware of is the size of the haul we're doing. For example, this one has medium cargo haul, right? So as you can see here, it requires us to carry about 95, well, exactly 95 SCU. But there's more information to take note of. So in the text, you will always find an indication of the maximum container size of the mission. So in this case, it's an 8 SU size mission, which means it's probably not ideal for those of us who are just starting out with one of the starter ships because we can't actually carry any container boxes that are 8 SCU. So we have to look for a different one. So what are the missions that we're interested in? We are looking for the rookie rank direct planetary extra small cargo missions. Why? Because these require us to only carry boxes that are a maximum of 1 SEU size. Just to give you a direct comparison, the direct planetary small cargo will have a maximum of 4 SEU. So it's not really ideal for the starter ships that we have currently available. So assuming that we're doing this very first part with only a starter ship, whether that be the Aurora, the Mustang, or the Titan, any of these really small starter ships, you will be looking for these extra small, direct planetary extra small cargo hulls. So the way to find these particular ones, you're gonna have to look for the pricing, or at least that's what I find is the easiest way to find them amongst all this mumbo jumbo here. So to find extra small and direct planetary cargo hulls, look for either 13K or 16K cargo missions. Let me see if I can find one. So here, for example, is another 30K. Let's see if I can find the 16 one. There we go. Planetary extra small cargo hull. And what I have found, I looked up all the extra smalls that are available on the list, and I found 14 of these. And they all vary between 6 and 10 SU of cargo total, but always being of 1 SU size containers. And the only piece of equipment you're gonna need for these missions is a multi-tool. So in order to find one, if you're in Port Tressler, this is where you exit your hangar. So this is the lobby, come out, and you're gonna have to find the inner station transit elevators, right? Then you go to the elevators, and then you're gonna select Cargo Center. From here on, you just walk straight up, take a left, and you will find the cargo services area. Here you will look for the terminal, the cargo shop, and you can type in here Pyro. You will buy one of these Pyro multi-tools. I already have one, so I'm not gonna buy it. And also the tractor beam attachment. Here it is, True Halt tractor beam attachment. Once you have both of these, you go to one of your storage terminals. You can find one here in the cargo center just by the elevators. So once you are at your storage access terminal, you're gonna look for tractor beam and the multi-tool in the utility tab. You can drag them both into your inventory like so, or if you don't have a backpack and such, there you can attach them to your hip, and then you attach the attachment like so. You see it has like this little highlight, and you attach it like so. And then all you have to do is press 5, and you have your tractor beam. If you're new to Star Citizen and plan to create an account, make sure to use a referral code for some extra starting money. Preferably, you would use one of your friends' codes who's already playing, or if you feel like it, feel free to use mine when you're creating your new account. Once you are in your hangar and you have collected your multi-tool, then now it's time to accept the mission and get started. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm here in my medium hangar. You probably will be in a small hangar. It doesn't matter. You all have cargo elevators in all of the player hangars. So I'm gonna call up my starter ship, the Avenger Titan. Just gonna quickly equip my helmet. Not that you're gonna need it, but just in case, you never know. Always leave into outer space with a helmet on. So here's our beautiful Avenger Titan. And we just want to position it in a way that we can easily load and unload cargo. So might as well just do that. Never mind my flying skills. Not used to this little ship anymore. Just gonna line up with the back. Don't forget to accept your mission. So as I said earlier, we're gonna look for the planetary extra small cargo mission. So let's do that. Anything with a 13K or 16K is one of those missions. There we have one, but this one has 11 SU, so we're not gonna take it. one. It is you. Tressler to Grey Cat. Perfect. Let's take that. And by the way, guys, you want to make sure to actually complete the missions fully, because as of this patch, they have introduced penalties for not completing the missions 100%. So I believe under a certain percentage of cargo delivered, you will actually fail the mission. I don't know at which percentage that is, but probably under 15%. In any case, you should always strive to complete the cargo mission fully, because I have done one of these on purpose without delivering one of the small boxes or something like this, and it heavily penalized me when with the payout. I still got rep, I still got paid, but not the full amount. So always make sure to complete them. So let's grab our cargo. We have to send the elevator down. Always wait for the actual elevator noises before you leave this terminal. I believe sometimes they get bugged if for example the server is too slow and you didn't wait for the elevator to actually start moving, then you might have problems. So we grab the box right from over here where the box is. It's 8 of them. Send the elevator back up. So you see how I waited there? It was taking a long time for the server to actually realize what I wanted from it. So I prefer to wait a bit. Grab our multi-tool and we start loading up. So once you're all loaded up, close your bay, your cargo bay, head to the front, get to your cockpit, and off we go to Stanton Grey Cat, or Grey Cat Stanton. Once you're here, you could land not in the hangar like I'm doing right now. You could land on one of these pads, for example, and you will find elevators there as well. But I prefer landing in the hangars because one, you're not exposed to anything, and two, you just, I don't know, I prefer it. Something nice about landing in a hangar every now and then. To be fair, you can land much closer to the elevator in the hangar than you could out here, because there's like this roof thing over there that you might not be able to squeeze under, or if you manage to squeeze under it, you might not be able to take off afterwards. So, you know, it could be preference, personal choice. I just suggest to land in the hangars. Let's see. Can scoot back a little more, like so. And so now, before I send everything down, just to show you guys as well, I have about 740,000, well, 6,741,000. We're expecting a payout of 13.7. And well, I don't think there's much point in showing you the rep, because it will probably not give me any rep at this point, because it's a rookie mission, but we can check nonetheless. So once the cargo elevator is loaded up, you guys come to this terminal, you click on the arrow, it will ask you to confirm, and as long as this number here, 8 out of 8, is green, you have completed the mission basically after you click confirm. If it's not green and you guys are sure that you have loaded everything, just grab your tractor beam. It might be that one of these boxes is not properly snapped. So you know how you unsnap with right click and you still see the snapping grid? With the left click, if you try to click any of these, it will not work because it's currently snapped, right? So just to show you as an example, I unsnap it here. This is on a non-snapped zone. I can grab it with left click. I can also grab it with right click. But if it's on the grid, I cannot grab any of these with left click. So if you were sure that you put all the boxes here and the terminal is showing you that something's missing, or it gives you an error like it's obstructing the elevator or something like this, then just check with your left click tractor beam whether any of these aren't where they're supposed to be. So with all that done, send down your elevator, make sure that this is all green, confirm. And just because we're going to be running to a lot of these places many times over, I just like to make sure to always send the elevator back up so that the next time when I land, it's already opened. So just calling it back up, you will see contract complete. Indeed, we did get the payout. You can always check here in the history of your contracts. I will show you the last thing that you've completed. If it says completed, it's all good, don't worry about it. Never mind that here it's all in red, it's still a little buggy. So probably they will fix this in the future. And you can go check your rep on this tab. Make sure it's Covalex. And yeah, well, as expected, it didn't give me any rep, but it will for sure give you guys rep. So if this was the first mission you completed, you're probably not a trainee anymore, you're probably somewhere in rookie. I don't exactly recall how many missions it took, but you should probably only have rookie missions available to you. And we're gonna head back to Tressler, because at this stage, if we're only using one of these starter ships, there's no return trip that is worth taking for us. So once you're back at Port Tressler, just make sure that you're landing in a manner where you can easily load your next run. So that's your freight elevator over there. Line up with it. You can, in case you didn't know, always go into your external view with F4. And with the free look keybind, in my case it's Z, you can move the camera around a bit. Just land. And you can start looking for your next cargo run. Once you've completed a mission, it will most likely not show up again unless 5 minutes or so have passed. Sometimes the servers take a bit longer, but in my experience, usually after 5 minutes, the mission you've just completed will be back. So as you can see here, usually I have 183 at this stage, but because we did complete one of the missions, it's only 182. But no matter, we have plenty of extra small cargo runs to look for. So let's just look for the next. And if I were you, the way I would prioritize these would be depending on the starter ship that you own, because of the limited cargo space that you have. As you saw with this run, for example, I was able to take the ones with 8 SEU of cargo because it's an Avenger Titan, and that's the maximum it can hold. But this might not be the case for you guys if you have the Mustang, which can only hold 4 SEU, or the what's it called? The Aurora, which can only hold 3 SEU. But it's fine, guys, don't worry about it. We're only gonna do a couple of these runs the first time around, just to get the first couple of thousand AUEC in order to get to our next cargo ship, where we will do a lot more of these runs, right? So for example, for my second run, there's another extra small here. I wouldn't take this because I'm just trying to maximize the amount of money I can take per trip, or rather minimize the amount of time it takes to get to the next stage, right? So my ship can only hold 8, this has 11, not gonna take it. So we're looking for 13s or 16s. There is another 13, and this time it's the same material, so we're taking Corundum, but this time instead of taking it to Grey Cat, we will be taking it to Sakura Sun. And this is perfectly normal. So I would, if I were you guys, I would take this run if you had the Titan. If not, if you had the Aurora or the Mustang, for instance, I would try to look for one of these other runs. So here's a 16, for example. Because you would have to do 2 trips anyways, you might as well take one of these 16k missions where you can fit. So for example, here you have to take 4 SEU to Sakura and 4 SEU to Grey Cat. So I would do exactly that, right? With the Mustang, for example, which can hold 4 SEU. So I would take my first trip, since I have to do 2 anyways. I will deliver these 4 to Sakura, and I will come back to Tressler, and then I will deliver the other ones to Grey Cat, and that would give me a little bit more money, but as you know, it takes 2 trips. And just to showcase how to make splits, and let's, for the sake of argument, say that then this was a Mustang Alpha instead of the Titan. We send down our elevator, and because we're gonna do 2 trips, we want to split these. And this is a feature that will come in handy later on in our cargo hauling career. When you see this, just grab it again. Just a little glitch, I suppose. But yeah, just grab them again. The 4 SUs for the first trip. Wait for the elevator to actually do something. There we go. Now we can leave the terminal. If you guys, let's say, had the Aurora as your starter ship, I would make an effort to look for the extra small cargo holes that only require 6 SU of cargo. Maybe even less. I mean, I don't know. The ones that I've seen have always been at least 6 SU. But I could be wrong. Here, rookie rank, planetary, extra small. And this one again has 8. So if you are in an Aurora, you might be a little bit shit out of luck. But it's fine, guys. Like, we're only gonna do like 2 or 3 runs of this, and then you have the necessary credits to rent the next ship. Yeah, like, see this one, for example, in an Aurora, this would take you 3 trips, right? So 3, 3, and 2. It's just not so nice. So try to minimize the amount of trips that you have to take. So if you can't find the missions with maximum 6 SU, take those. There you have it, guys. Continue doing these entry-level missions until you have done about 5 or 6 of them, or you have around 66k in the bank for the next step. In part 2 of this series, we're gonna rent a freelancer, and then we can really start grinding into the rep, while also making significantly more money. And that's just the beginning. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, I would appreciate if you dropped a like. If you feel like there's something that you didn't like or that I missed, maybe there's something you didn't like about the video, well then I would appreciate if you left a comment about what that is specifically. But in any case, thank you guys for watching, and bye bye.